The Roaring Twenties. A time of great contradiction, in my opinion, or something like that. The Great War was over, and the Soviet Union was getting things put together. Disney was figuring things out. Who doesn't love Mickey Mouse and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit? But that's not the point. Politics. Something that should only be talked about at school if you're in current events, American literature, or any history class in general, and not engineering. The politics of the 20s was great. We had that nasty little Red Scare where we thought everyone was a communist. Those silly Palmer raids. Our economy was in shambles from World War I, leading to high unemployment, rising prices but low wages, the increase of nativism and racism because of unemployment, the mislabeling of labor unions as commie organizations, the justification of violent government intervention. We had that man from Ohio or something, Warren G. Harding, become president, which caused a rise in Republican power, I believe. We had that teapot scandal where one of Harding's unqualified friends from Ohio was accused of accepting bribes from oil companies to let them drill on government land out in Wyoming. Harding has a heart attack in August of 1923, leading to good old Cal Coolidge as prez. He made war illegal for a while, which was signed by more than 60 countries, actually, and it sounds like it was pretty much impossible to enforce. We got to see female governors in 1924, though. Nellie T. Ross of Wyoming, and Miriam A. Ferguson of Texas. Coolidge liked minimal government involvement, high tariffs, and low taxes, which is what got him reelected in 1924, and were also the preferences of his predecessor, Mr. Harding. Let's see, what else? Oh, right. Women were getting chances to vote, finally. We did see a bunch of nativism laws, like the Emergency Quota Act from 1921, which targeted Southern and Eastern European immigrants, the Immigration Act of 1924, and the Asian Exclusion Act, which obviously targeted Asian immigrants. In 1925, a Tennessee teacher broke the state's laws by teaching his students about evolution because it was a fundamentalist and creationism state. Vocabulary for Bible people. Fundamentalism, a religious movement centered on the belief in a literal interpretation of the Bible. Creationism, a subsection of fundamentalism, the belief that people were created by God exactly as described in the Judeo-Christian Bible. We had prohibition start, too, around 1920, I believe. Prohibition, a temporary ban on alcohol in the 20s. We got speakeasies and bootleggers out of that. And to top it all off, the Great Depression started in 1929. Thanks, Hoover. We also had the victorious and Republican, which is why he won, Herbert Hoover for prez starting in 1928. Bro did not care when the economy tanked again because of the Depression. He didn't think it was the federal government's place to interfere. Just like his predecessors, good old Cal Coolidge and Mr. Warren Harding. Did you know about 12 million people, which is around 24% of the American population, were left unemployed, hungry, and homeless? We had little kiddos on the run because they thought they were burdens. And don't even get me started on child labor. Even when the people pleaded with the government to act, Hoover basically said, F you, because it ain't my problem. You can see I mentioned the Republican Party a lot, for good reason too. After World War I, the Democratic Party lost favor with the people. Harding's ideas of normalcy and isolationism appealed to the people, even though that's kind of hard to do. Isolationism, and resulted in the Republican Party gaining a lot of influence in the 20s. Since Harding and Coolidge were Republicans, as was Hoover, who had won because of the Republican influence of the time. Fun fact, Hoover was Harding's Secretary of Commerce. As you may have noticed, this video follows no precise timeline. And fun fact! I'm starting to lose my mind. Now, what's very important about absolutely all of this is the fact that we Americans, at the time, we wanted to go back to normal. And we also wanted to go into isolation. For good reason. We had a lot of people coming in from other countries, and we had so many things to deal with from the outside. But at the same time, we were dealing with so many scandals and corrupt folksies. Oh, another fun fact. Harding is the one who... Harding, when he was president, was the one goodness, tongue-tied. Harding, when he was president, was the one who helped make negotiations between Germany and Austria easier. So, Harding did do quite a lot of things, like encourage the American people, help his party gain influence, and help make things slightly more peaceful over in Europe, despite the corrupt things happening amongst his unqualified government council buddies. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. And please do not come at me if I missed anything that you were potentially looking forward to. Bye.